questions?
I was wondering how you heard about Akvo. How did you contact them, and how did you realize that flow would be something that was very good for mapping water?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, how did you hear about Akvo, and how did you find out that Flow would be a good software to map your water wells?
Okay, maybe I should have mentioned this, that at the time we did this mapping, so I was working for WSP at the time, Water and Sanitation Program. So it was pretty much a big team of me. There was Max. So Max was pretty much the guy who linked up with the Akvo guys. And I pretty much only heard about the software when he told me, like, we can use something like this. But most of the discussions we had in Nairobi at the time was with Max, and I knew the guys from Galantine Systems, because pretty much we had to be reporting to them all the new bugs that were coming out. And even when we developed the questionnaire, we needed to run it by them so that they develop, whatever codes. Yeah, so it was through the World Bank, because I was then with the World Bank. And Water for People, I think at the time we're doing some work with Dominic, who was my sort of senior guy, and there was a link created through that, which I really don't know a lot detail about, but it was pretty much from the bank side that we got to know about. And really my first contact, Akvo, was in Uganda, when I met Mark, after I also presented about water point mapping, and at the Rural Water Supply Network Forum, we were discussing systems of updating, and I met Mark and we started talking about updating for since last year. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
No questions?
Yeah, no questions. He took all the questions.
There's one there. Yes.
I've been told that it's a very Dutch question, but the question is, how much did it cost?
The question is, how much did it cost?
I know that it was around 500 K for equipments, for motorbike repairs, for mappers, and we had a lot of, even the Galantine guys were also being paid from this. So pretty much
$500K.
Yeah.
$500,000 for the 6 months project, including all the materials, etc. Salaries. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul.
Thank you very much.
Maybe as 2 additional points. I'm not sure if that was already discussed, but so Flow has originated with Water for People, and they built it with a small company called Gallatin Systems. It's actually 2 guys who created this software. And when it became popular, Water for People realized that they are not a software organization, they're a water organization. So they looked for other partners to work with. They found Akvo, and now we have taken over Flow as a product, both the development and the support. That's why it's now Akvo Flow. And we're still working with the original developers, and we're building both a development team and a support team around Akvo Flow. So to make it stronger, better, easier to use, and to make it scale. So that's that point. And the other point is the updating. We are working at the moment, we just responded to a World Bank call to create a piece of functionality called continuous updating, which means that the phone actually knows about the current database of points, so that when you're in the field somewhere, that you can easily call up the nearest point where you are and add information to that. And other such type of functionalities that make it much easier to go back to the field and update. And perhaps also functionality to do SMS updating. Because if you're a user of a pump, what you want to say is if your pump is broken or not. So for that SMS is a tool which is enough. So you could think about a system where you have a number on a pump, and people can just SMS pump number 45 is broken, so that information feeds into the system as well. So we're really pleased with the partnership we have and with Abdul, because it's really good for tech people to have people using your product in the field and taking it to its limits, because that shows you where you need to work and how to improve it. Okay, we're going to give you a taste of Flow. I understand there's about 4 phones. Where is Lizzie? Lizzie is here. Yes. 4 or 5 phones? 4 phones, okay. So we're going to split you up in 4 groups, and you're going to have a try with Flow, and Lizzie is going to explain all that. But before we do that, I wanted to show you what it's going to look like. So now I have to juggle. No, this is not good. I need an assistant. But this is just to show you. Are we doing anything? Yeah, I'm just going to show you in the back end the survey that you're going to do right now. So this is the list of all the survey groups. We are here. You see the Mars surveys are also here. There's only one in here. It's called Track Day. You see there's these are the questions in the Track Day. If I would go to a question, you would see there's different types of questions, because a question can be a text, like what is your name? It could be an option, or you're male or female. It could be a number, how much, how old are you, for example. It could be a geolocation, and then you get a button, because a phone like that has a geo function, so you get a geolocation. It could be a photo, take a photo, video, take a video. Strength, we don't use at the moment. Date, you can put in a date. Or a barcode, so you can read a barcode, which of course is also very useful if you say you have barcodes on pumps or whatever kind of infrastructure that you need. You don't have to type anything, you just go beep. Okay, so this is 3 questions. Actually, you see here all the items, the possible choices that this option has. I'm not going to change anything because that would be painful. So the idea is that what you do is once you have defined your survey, and it's really a question of make a new question, type the text, what type is it, next. It's very, very simple. All the work, of course, goes into defining what are you going to ask, right? And that's a whole different subject. To make a good to make a good survey, that's an art in itself. Right? So once you have done that work, then this is the easy part. So once you have done your homework and you've created your survey, then you can couple the survey, send the survey to phones. And the way it works at the moment, you put your app on the phone makes contact with the dashboard and says, hey, I'm this phone, do you have any surveys for me? And then here you can see, yes, a new phone. Here's the list of phones. Here they have meaningful names. This is Akvo phone 6 and 5. This is a guy from IICD, etc., etc. So you can take these phones, you can couple it to a survey, and then automatically the survey ends up on the phone. Now, I'm not going to show that, but I want to move now to this. This is the actual phone. It's a real phone. It's here. It shows what's on here. So let's see. Yeah. So now there's this app called Field Survey. And if I click that, I see this. I see there's a couple of elements. There's the users, and then a couple of surveys, and some this one, and then there's, oh yeah, I can't do that there, of course, I have to do it here. Then there's settings. Okay. Now the only thing that we're gonna need is the users, or maybe actually Lizzie. Where's Lizzie? Yeah? Are there users on the phone already, or should people, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Then it's simple. Then you can, so when you start going into the field, in this case the field is Amsterdam, you click users, and you click one of the users that's there. If you don't, you will get an error message when you try to open a survey. And the idea behind this, of course, is that when the data ends up in the back end, that you can see who is the person that entered this data. That's a useful thing to know. Okay, so you can now see current user is Mark. We're going to do the track day survey. Only 3 questions, very simple. And Lizzie is going to explain what you're going to do. Maybe that's a good time now, actually, Lizzie. What do you think?
It's not
Okay.
too difficult,
Okay.
I think. Oh, thank you. So I already grabbed my jacket because we're going to split up into 4 groups. And we have 4 kind of group leaders. Like Frodo is one. Over there, Josje. Over there, Charlotte is behind the pillar over there. Yeah. And I'm the 4th one. And we're going to split up in 4 groups. And we're going to walk with you a small tour through Amsterdam, like 20 minutes or something. And we're gonna use Flow to map the environment or the things that we're gonna see on the streets. And as you can see on the screen, we made a few, like 10 or 8 different categories. So we're gonna ask you to walk a route that we printed here. And all groups are getting a map like this. And you're just gonna walk and you're gonna see maybe an animal and you're just typing. Can I do it here?
Yeah.
So you're walking with your group and you think like, oh, this is an animal. So you type in animal here. You're going down. You take a photo of the animal. You're going to use the camera. So yeah, let's take a photo of not an animal. Something else.
I'll take Manuel, okay?
Oh,
Yes. Save.
save the photo. And then,
Too many things.
yeah, it's okay. I can hold my own thingy. So we scroll down again. Oh yeah, the geolocation is already there. Because
Take a new one.
I don't think it's working inside though.
No,
Is it?
inside it's but outside.
Anyway, outside you will you can check your geolocation and then you press next and submit, and then the data will go into the dashboard that Mark just showed, and we will have a whole group of animals, red bikes, buildings with shutters on it, all around this environment here. And then I think when we come back, we can load it into a card, into a map.
Yeah, so the idea is that because the phones don't have actual data cards, so the data needs to be uploaded through the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you come back here, we'll do that.
I think the phone automatically does that, right?
When we turn it on
Yeah.
again. Maybe a good thing is for the group leaders, turn down the resolution on the cameras to the lowest level. If you don't know how to do that,
We did that.
come and
already.
say, oh, you did it already. Very good. Okay.
All said and done.
Any questions?
Yeah. let's
Excellent.
do it.
Let's go.
So yeah, around 8 people per group.